We got something old, we got something new. They're both borrowed, nothing blue, because this isn't a wedding. In fact, we might see a bit of a tiff right here, because this thing, its days are numbered, because the R3 is the new boy in town. Oh yes. In this video, a 1DXIII reminds me of lots of good times of 1-digit series DSLR's silly crazy action for DR TV. The R3, new but not new news, so I'm just going to take my time with making the review. So here's a sneak peek BTS making of something with a healthy dose of DR silly action thrown in. This episode of Super Bokeh Bros is sponsored by Squarespace, the place to go to for setting up your own slick looking website. Both EOS's. EOS, we just had a little debate. It's actually, well, I mean, you said Canon call it EOS.
From the official video, they always call it EOS.
EOS, but it stands for something. It really does. It stands for it stands for something. It's three words. Electric, something.
Optical system.
Electro-optical system, actually. Just Googled it.
It's
true.
A television is electro and optical.
Yeah.
And a system.
Well, this was in the 80s. Give them a break. Oh no!
Oh,
our props. Our props.
Forget.
It's alive.
It's wet.
It's gonna be soggy.
It can't wait to get into the video.
No, they always say French men are kind of a bit. They just want to be unsheathed. They want to come out and poke something. Yes, we are at the Super Bokeh Bros test track. Get off our test track. It's all our... you're fine. Whatever. They said they're not developing any more EF lenses. They've discontinued some. And this really is the last in the line of pro-grade DSLRs.
I already said it in my review.
Alright, just because you got your hands on one and I didn't, no need to show off. Mirrors are old tech. No more. No more OVFs. It's all going to be mirrorless tech. And this is the top line. In terms of body, I'd say it looks almost cute. I mean, if you look at that, the 1DXIII, all muscular, hard-edged lines. Got that all beefy, beefcake. Muscle, biceps, everything. And we have the R3, which looks almost cutesy. I think it's totally fine to have a body that doesn't have too many muscles.
Yeah, so, yeah. What's wrong with that? It's a brain. It's a brain.
Exactly. It's got a tilty, flippy screen. So it's probably, I don't know who's that for. Is it for vloggers?
Or selfie.
Or selfie? Yeah, I can take 30 FPS selfies. I've seen lots of tilty, flippy screens where they just wobble around. Wobble. For photo, I still prefer the other, just this kind of tilty one. So you can shoot like that, you can shoot low down. But nonetheless, very nice LCD screen, very nice EVF, which you'll want to be using. It is pretty damn magnificent. But anyway, cute looking camera, but this is pretty much a beast. Sorry, a gust of cold air went down my throat right there. Very cute looking, but it's a beast. Up to 30 FPS performance, which we should check out right now. And what we've got on is something rather special. We've got the Bokeh Bro Olympics. This is the first competition. It's me versus you lot. You've heard of the egg and spoon race?
Yeah.
Yeah? This is a Chinese style. It's Chinese New Year. Egg and chopstick race. Not real egg, because they're messy. I hate it when there's eggs that have been smashed all over the floor.
In our test track.
Exactly.
And with this, you got some surprise.
Yes, it's actually, that's the product name. Now I know my chopstick skills are actually better than yours. I've seen your chopstick skills.
What?
They're atrocious.
I don't think there's anything wrong with your chopstick skills.
No, you don't. You don't hold it properly. You don't get your finger in the right place.
Not too bad.
Well, yeah, as long as you get your food in the mouth. But I've seen times when you don't. So there you go. Right, let's go.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mine is improved over the 100 years of chopstick skill.
Wow, Locke looks good for an over 100-year-old man. Not sure his stick skills are looking so good though. So I have put a 50mm 1.8 on it just to make sure I'm using the same lens on this and the 1DXIII.
What focusing mode or points you're using? Is it face detection or?
Yes, that's
Point?
another thing, isn't it? It's got face, eye detection, animal, vehicles, all of that stuff. Which do you want? 1DXIII Mark III doesn't have. Get the drive.
So it has slower mechanical burst.
Yeah.
That's just R1. Cost of R1.
It doesn't sound that good, does it, for mechanical? If they can do 16 FPS with the 1DXIII Mark III, they could at least done it at 14, surely. Or 16 FPS, surely. Okay, locked on to lock. Okay, go. Oh, not bad performance from Lock, although give a hungry Chinese person some food on the end of two sticks and they'll always make a grab dash for it. The R3 puts in a blinding performance too in a deathly silent way. It's an odd experience when it does everything so fast without much fuss. The focus is rapid and keeps up with a subject moving straight towards the camera. Here we go, 1DXIII Mark III. It does feel like a beast, this does. It feels very impressive.
When you're in your hand, you feel more like power.
Yeah,
Are you using tracking or what?
yeah, I'm using tracking.
Okay.
Let me just change the
You
focus.
see the decades-old technology. How it's
Decades
fair.
on technology. It does. For some reason, when you go from the R3 to this, it does feel like an ancient technology. Okay, ready, set, go.
Oh, I can hear the shutter noise.
It still sounds so cool when you got the mirror going. Face detection. Ha! The 1DXIII is quick, it's slick, deadly accurate, and all at a sprightly 16 FPS. Noisy bugger. Oh, it's my turn. Okay. All right, you have a go then. Hold chopsticks. There you go. Look. Oh, it's slippery, isn't it? Slippery egg is no match for Kung Fu chopstick grip.
Go.
Oh, that Kinder Egg was a right Kunda. DSLRs might be dying tech, but there's still nothing like rattling off a long burst of shots with one.
Not easy.
Shit! It's split! Humpty Dumpty's fallen. In this rather common photographic scenario of photographing a person running towards you with a Kinder Egg in between a pair of chopsticks, the 1DXIII puts in as good a performance as the R3. They both keep up with the focus accurately, keeping locked on the subject, but the 1DXIII does it at 16 FPS. The R3 though has face detection which can be incredibly useful.
Yeah, sometimes it just keep recognizing the bright gate at the side. But okay, yeah. But when you get closer, it changes to the face detect and eye. Yeah, I was saying it keeps detecting the gates, but of course we are using the wide, the all area. Of course you can select a more center area.
Subject dead center, briskly speed walking towards the camera. Hardly a hard test for these cameras, but we didn't stop there. Oh no.
Fencing.
So you're going to come at me with all your might
Yeah.
and crustiness?
This is to test the randomness. I mean,
The whole video is random.
because we don't have that metal face mask thing.
Everything's from the kitchen.
Oh shit!
Okay, face detection is working, although it's not working now. It can't detect a face through that colander, but I've got eye control on. Okay, he's coming in and out. That's the first time I said it about lock. Let me try the eye focus. I've already calibrated this. When you calibrate it, what it does is you have to look at dot, straight center, left, right.
It's quite tiring.
It sounds cool, but for some reason it keeps going towards the left. It lies going towards the left. Coincidentally, I have that issue when urinating. Always feel sorry for whoever's standing on my left at the urinals. I tried to calibrate and recalibrate again without glasses. It suggests calibrating for different lighting conditions and, well, even then, it still didn't feel quite right. Though the sight of breadstick lock was quite funny. Oh my god, this is the weirdest thing. I've never seen Locke do this before. I've seen him wear a t-shirt and a little German costume. Whoa, okay. 30 FPS burst is insane. It looks like video. Mostly, it's good, more shots per second, but there were a couple of shots where it picked out the baguette instead. Maybe it doesn't think colanders should be an actual subject. Still, I had high hopes for the eye control, but it didn't really work out completely well. It's actually, it feels like I've got some kind of control over it. But it's still...
It feels like you've got some control over it. It doesn't sound very good.
Well, it doesn't feel, you know, when you're playing air hockey, it feels like it's kind of moves about a bit and you kind of move it and then it kind of goes in that direction. It doesn't feel like if you're moving a cursor.
Like if you have to explain it so much, it doesn't work well. 1DX Mark III.
Yes.
I think on this, the 1DX Mark III should work relatively well, although it's only cover most of the frame, not the whole frame, but or sometimes maybe it will focus on the baguette, but...
That's because I'm shoving it right in his face. The 1DXIII actually ended up losing focus a bit more, focusing on the baguette 13 times. Maybe had a penchant for French baked goods or got confused by my slick moves or something. Yes, we did just compare two pro level cameras in terms of baguettes. But there's more.
And the last test...
Yes, the fun is not over. We're still going to give you some quality content.
But this is still a serious test because it's testing when the subject coming to you and a sudden stop.
Yes.
So I have looked at how people do it on YouTube. So they kind of...
You have to YouTube it. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good technique. That looks pretty legit. We should have line where you can't move past.
Don't make it difficult.
What do you mean? You can't. We've got to play by the rules.
All right,
Yeah?
right.
Makes it look like he knows his stuff.
No!
I don't think we're going to be able to do this many times.
Right, R3. We're showing you the screen as well. Okay, are you ready?
Take the text ahead from the back. That's very good.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah.
The R3 is ready from the get-go. No! Oh no, it's everywhere.
The R3 face and eye AF did track right up until before Locke swung his arm in front of his face, where it lost track, which is a bit of an oddity as it was otherwise really damn sticky, plastering all little squares all over my body. Oh my god. Still, it doesn't feel like the 1DXIII is far behind. In fact, they're pretty much as reliable as each other. Okay, so the conclusion is, don't use cabbage to play shot put. Who would have thought, eh? This isn't a review conclusion, it was just interesting to see new and old side by side. One camera that will inevitably replace the other, unsurprisingly perform as well as each other, but the R3 having a few new tech perks, which are perhaps there to lure old DSLR users in. Although some features like the eye control AF didn't work that well, at least for me. It's an interesting time for Canon because the 1DXIII still works so damn well. I'd be inclined to stick, if I had one, as a workhorse camera that doesn't have a tilty screen, which is great. But as they've essentially announced that DSLRs will be phased out with no new EF lenses, why bother? The R3, whether you like it or not, is the camera that will make low-level Canon shooters transition to mirrorless. But it almost feels like there is a Canon mirrorless camera that is going to be even better than the R3, that we should be really licking our lips for. If you want to set up your own website, online store, just your own domain, it's super easy to get started with Squarespace with a slick, easy to use interface filled with a plethora of templates to choose from and with 24/7 customer service to help you out if you need it. You can give it a try with a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first order by using this link and discount code.